As we know, in the original series, without the TV Titan or the TV race in general, the Skibidi toilets would have done serious damage to the Alliance, or, even worse, annihilated most of them and automatically won the battle. However, due to the presence of the daddy of the show, all of this was prevented. But have you ever wondered what would happen if, in the place of the TV race, there were other races in that position? What would the computers do differently, or what would the pencils change? And don't even get me started with the clock race. Brace yourself, because you're about to see a lot of unexpected events, as some people who died in the original series would survive. And since new technologies would be introduced to the series, you know you're ready to see a lot of good stuff. In each case, we would assume that the TV race is no longer part of the story, and in each scenario, the other races would be the ones to properly introduce themselves to the series in episode 42, and would only be able to involve themselves in battles or events that we saw anyone from the TVs participate in. With that out of the way, let's get to the exciting part of the video. Who should we start with? Well, let's spin the wheel to find out. Beginning with the first race, pencils. As we know, the pencil men, or the race in general, are not really the best when it comes to combat, at least compared to the TV men. Plus, currently, their Titan is kinda weaker than our TV daddy. So yeah, they are much more at a disadvantage here. But how would they influence the story? Well, we'll begin from episode 42, where we officially first saw the TV in the original story. The TV man that came had to save the camera agents, as they were having a hard time holding off the Skibidi mutant. However, in this timeline, it would just be a regular pencil man, or maybe a larger version of them, since they have multiple size variations. But for the sake of this video and to give them the upper hand, let's say this large pencil man came instead. However, judging from his abilities, I don't see any effective method he would use to aid the camera. Maybe he could create guns, but since, from what we've seen in the episode, the cameras were really occupied, it wouldn't be of much good. So I only see him helping some of the agents while the others die at the hands of the toilets. Okay, here's how we're gonna do this. Since this video idea would be kinda tricky plot-wise, let's just see how many times each race would come out successful in each scenario, and see if they were, or rather would be, a better option to play the role of the TV. So far, on this one, the pencil race takes an L. Okay, moving on to the next episode, where there were multiple Skibidi mutants in both large and small sizes, and some Skibidi copters as well. Could the pencil race really stop this? Well, although their normal agents most definitely don't stand any chance against these enemies, they might still be in luck, since this time the TVs had to bring their large agent to help. So in this scenario, the pencils would bring their bouncer to come to their aid. But could he really stop them? Well, although he's pretty strong physically and has other varieties of abilities, I still can't believe he can do this. Now, I'm not saying that the pencils totally lose this one. It's just that, unlike the TVs, they would definitely need extra help from the camera agents to complete this one. So it's a high difficulty pass on their end. The next episode would be very juicy, as there we got to see my daddy TV and how he easily took down all the mutants. But let's be honest, if my daddy can do it, my mummy can as well. She would quickly destroy all of them by shooting multiple basic pencils and get an easy win on this one, which gives the pencils another point. But it doesn't end there, as just like the TV, she would move on to other episodes as well. And this time, she would be against the rocket mutants and other SWAT toilets. Also, I want to say that the toilets were kinda experimenting on potential weaknesses of the TV, since we can see that they had glasses this time. So in this case, they might come with flamethrower mutants and maybe some electrical ones too, which is just crazy. But no matter what, I believe you need more than that to stop the Pencil Titan, and she would definitely take them all out. Now, I don't think I even have to talk about her battle against the infected speaker, as she totally outscales him. He would, as usual, try to maneuver his ways of attack, but his pencil is not long enough to do shit. Don't try to argue, because I've seen it myself. However, one more thing I want to see is me hitting 30k subs, and we're really close, so give it a go, and let's hit our goal. Moving on to episodes 46 and 47, they would be cleared easily as well, as I don't think Jimmy's strategy would work on the Pencil Titan, but maybe he could come up with some better strategies that might work. But nah, Pencil Mummy still solos. I mean, do you all think Jimmy could resist her? Never mind. We then saw the TVs in episode 49, where the TV woman and her other squad helped our POV by taking him back to the camera base. However, this time it would be the pencils, but since we haven't seen a female special agent of the pencils, I guess C-Pen would do the job, and he would do it perfectly as well, as his machine gun would easily take down the given threats. However, a very important detail is that we wouldn't get to see the simp version of this cameraman, since he wouldn't find C-Pen attractive enough to take as. Anyways, so far it seems both the TVs and pencils are equal, as they both have gotten 6 wins and 1 loss. There are still 6 more to cover, and wait till you see what happens in the end, because C-Pen would change everything in the story. Going to episode 57, we saw that our TV woman played a crucial role as she was responsible for killing the parasite that infected the speaker Titan. However, this time, since we swapped the TV for C-Pen, what would he do? Well, nothing, because he can't really do anything. It's not like he could teleport or shoot machine guns at the speaker Titan that would damage him. So, in this case, C-Pen would be completely useless. But that doesn't mean the pencils lose, use, as this time, since the Pencil Titan is still active, she would probably aid Titan Camera to uninfect the Speaker Titan. And yeah, G-Man wouldn't be a problem, as he would still run away. Is anyone thinking what I'm thinking? Since the TV Titan isn't present in this scenario, it seems we might get the Camera Titan simping this time. And man, she wouldn't find his pencil funny, as it is damn long. But anyways, both the Speaker, Camera, and Pencil Woman would continue to clear the episodes, and this would probably make things easier for the Alliance. Also, I forgot to mention that TV Woman was the one who defeated the glitch Skibidi. Could C-Pen do it? Well, I don't know, so I asked you guys, and I think you're right, but that's only if it's just C-Pen. Other agents would be there to help, and I don't know if you're forgetting, but C-Pen is a mini Titan, so the glitch Skibidi wouldn't speed Blitz. He'd definitely be a problem, but I think they would, with the help of everyone in that episode, take him down. Episode 66 would be kinda tricky, as we saw that the TVs played a huge role in the evacuation of the Alliance when the troops of Skibidi toilets attacked. But this time, it's the pencils, and they don't use teleportation, so what happens? Well, you might not remember this, but the pencils could open portals, as we saw from the secret scenes from Domstudio. So yeah, they would probably still complete this one as well as the TVs. Now for the battle against the scientist Skibidi. Originally, we saw the scientist give the Titans a lot of difficulties, but obviously, this was due to the fact that they had been heavily weakened due to continuous battles. Not only that, they also got hit by the Kamikaze in episode 65, but this time would be a lot different, as not only would Pencil Mummy help cover up some void, but she could also help in protecting the Titan with her shield. Even though this might not be able to completely protect them, the camera's shield would also be used as an extra layer of defense. And you know, either way, they would probably evade this with little to no damage, which would mean that in the battle against the scientist, he would easily get the beat of his life and would get defeated. Even though Jimmy arrives, I don't really think it would change anything, which gives the pencils another W. Man, honestly, while writing this video, I never believed the pencils could come this far. Anyway, the next few episodes would be kind of a breeze, as like I said, all Titans are still at full strength, which means they would easily clear every random opponent. Also, one thing I forgot to mention is that the Pencil Titan could create new weapon types for the Titans, which would make the battle really cool. Now, in the battle against Jimmy, I don't really know exactly how this would play out, but it is a fact that with all of them being in perfect shape, they would take Jimmy out. But it comes with some difficulties though, since this time his plot armor was damn high. Now everything changes from here, as the Titans would be up against the Astros. Personally, I think they wouldn't stand a chance and would probably retreat just like the TV Titan did. But this would definitely come with a lot of difficulties. Okay, now remember that humans are now introduced to the show in episode 73, and from what we've seen, C-Pen isn't a fan of them, so what happens? Well, nothing really, since I don't think he'd get to see any, as we haven't seen a human meet or interact with the TVs. Also, I think the cameraman that died in episode 76 would survive, since the pencil wouldn't have any grudges against the cameraman and would help all of them escape. So in the end, the pencils came out with 10 wins and 2 losses. Even though the TVs got 3 losses, I still believe that the last one was due to their personal interests, and their wins were really smooth, unlike the pencils who had multiple high difficulties. So in the end, it seems the TVs were better off than the pencils. But remember, this really doesn't define that the TVs are superior or weaker than the others. Also, as you can see, just the pencils were kinda really long, so let's get over 2K likes to continue the others. I mean, you really don't have to see what the computers and clocks would do. Spoiler alert, it takes everything to the next level. But for now, check out this video to see me rank the strongest races in Skibidi toilet history. Go on, check it out.